It's been a wee bit, but it's time to reel you back in because we are going fishing today. There comes my accents that I never know where they come from. Hello everybody and welcome to the Boardgaymergirl channel. If you're new here, my name is Natalie and I like to talk about all things board games, but from a primarily solo perspective. Today we are going to play one of the games that I had on my top 5 regrets of selling, but I bought back, and that game is Nusfjord, which is a fantastic game solo. It comes with 7 different expansions in the box, and I took to my social media to develop a poll so that you could vote which deck I am going to play today. And with 44%, the majority said that I should play with the Salmon deck, which is known to have a lot more high scores. Now, saying that, let's see if that's actually what happens today for me, or I just play really badly on film. So, without further ado, I will get down to the table and teach you while I play. If you want to skip through any of the how to play and just get to the meat of the game, there will be timestamps down below, but as usual, let's just get into it! So down here at the table, we're set up for a 1-player game using the Salmon deck. I have already set up all of this, and the game takes 7 rounds, and in the solo mode, much like the Feast for Odin solo mode, we play with alternating player components over 7 rounds. So rounds 1, 3, 5, and 7 we'll use the red ones, and 2, 4, 6 we'll use the blue ones. In this way, when we put out our workers, we're essentially blocking ourselves from taking that action the next go around. We do get this little forgiving copy an action area, so we can copy one action over a round, but again, we'll be blocking ourselves in future rounds. So the way that this game works in solo is using those workers and over 7 rounds, trying to get the highest score possible, but to win the game, you need to at least hit 30 points. So a good score is considered a 30 to 40 points. We'll be able to do that by collecting fish down on our little ship board here, where depending as far as we've put these ships, will tell us how many fish we get to collect at the beginning of a round. So obviously we'll be able to collect ships. These are our elders, which we'll also be able to collect, and they give us extra worker spots or special worker situations that we'll be able to do that will collect them and put them up here, but we can only utilize them when we've got fish that are already pre-served on dishes. Then we've also got all these different buildings, which we'll be constructing on our little board here. And any space that isn't covered by a building or these forest markers are negative points at the end of the game. So these buildings we can build by collecting and paying different resources, so wood, fish, and gold, and they'll give us endgame scoring points, but also tend to give us another way of either scoring or another ability that we have that's ongoing or immediate. And again, this is all that we have for right now. So this is A deck and B deck of the Salmon deck, and on future rounds we're going to be revealing more buildings that we might be able to put out. Then, of course, we can also build ships, and these ships also give us points and can be paid for with workers, but our elders and different buildings may help us get some different shipbuildings as well. Lastly, we have some more of these worker placement spots. So like I said, we can serve fish, which I'll get more into as we play. And then we have this area here where we have shares. We'll have to give fish to each of our issued shares in this area. But if we issue a share, we get 2 gold for it. They are worth 1 point at the end of the game if we've at least given out all of our shares, but for any that we haven't issued, they're negative points at the end of the game. We can also buy back these shares, which is how we're able to collect more fish on our turns. Again, I'll get into. And then the last area over here is all to do with forestry. So we've started out with 4 different forestry tiles. And this is the main way that we can get wood, by thinning out our forest or completely deforesting and getting a chunk of wood at one time. We also have a reserve here, so this is not in our supply, but we'd have to work to transfer that reserve into our personal supply. And this tile here lets us remember that each gold at the end of the game is a point, but the wood and the fish at the end of the game aren't any points. And we can only have up to 12 wood in our supply at a time. There is no limit for the amount of fish that we can have in our supply at a time. But if we reach max 8 fish in our reserve, then we can no longer put any more fish in our reserve. I guess our fridge can't handle it. Anyways, I think that's a really brief overview, and we will get into the beginning of the game. So, how we track our rounds is we put this little boat token on 1, and it's on the red area. So we get to take these red components, and we start with the fishing phase. So over here, we get to start the round with 3 fish. So we'll take those 3 little fishes from over here. And before we can allocate them for ourselves for use, we have to go through all of these different areas to see where our fishies go. So first, we would give it to our elders if we had any of these elders up in here. And they would collect fish on the top of their little card here. Every time they collect up to 3 fish, we get 1 fish back, and 2 fish go back to the supply. But we don't have any elders, so we don't need to give them any. Your shares in foreign possession, so we don't have any shares over here. But like I said, we do want to do that by the end of the game so that we don't have negative points if we have them unissued. And then we have our personal shares. So these 2 shares is what we start with at the beginning of the game. So we put 2 fish on those shares, and then we put any remaining fish in our reserve. So these we do not have access to while we're playing the game. And then all of this stuff gets to go to our general supply. So we take the fish from our personal shares and we get to utilize them for the game. So without further ado, I think we'll get into a little bit of what the buildings are. And the elders I'll go through as we go through the game. They're the same in every solo game, the same elders that you'll have. After I probably get one, I'll go more into them because they do kind of work together with serving fish. But for the buildings, let's see what we have to see what we're going to plan to do throughout the game. So for the A buildings, we have 9 A buildings over here and 6 B buildings over here. So for these ones, the goldsmith says after you issue a share, you get +1 gold per share of your color in your supply. So if we issue one here, we get 2 gold for these 2 as well. And when we issue a share, we also get 2 gold. It's not worth any points, but that is a really nice one to kind of combo with that. The Lord's Estate is whenever your reserve is empty, you get to add 1 fish, 1 wood, and 1 gold to your reserve. So if we ever empty this, we get to actually put things right back in. The Witch Square is at the start of each round, you get 1 fish, 1 wood, 1 gold. Oh no, 1 fish or 1 wood or 1 gold if you have 3, 5, or 7 forests. So that we already start with 4, so we'd have to build up 4 forests. The timber storage is immediately get 6 wood into your reserve. Estate immediately +1 gold per forested double space. And we only have 1 right now. With each new gold in your supply +1 fish. That one could work well. After you build a building, 1 wood into your reserve. That's actually not bad to get early on. Direct sale, at any time within your reserve, 4 fish can be 1 gold, sorry. And then salmon yard, you get to immediately get 3 fish, but it's worth 4 points, and that's a lot. Again, we're trying to get to 30 to 40 points. I typically end up around that area anyways, but it can be tricky to get sometimes. But we shall see. I don't want to like spoil myself by saying something on camera and then ending up being a toot in the wind. I don't know. So for the B buildings, Log Depot says immediately 1 wood into your reserve per fish in your reserve. What? Yep. Couldn't figure it out there. Goldfish Basin says immediately +1 fish per 2 gold in your supply. Cargo service, once you have 2 cutters, so those are particular ships, then you get +5 wood, which only happens once, but that is nice. Forest house, after you transfer reserve, you get to reforest. So that could be a way to continue to get wood. Fish tank, immediately +1 wood per free space on your fishing track. So that's these ones. But it costs 15 fish. That's crazy. Forest park, before you take an elder, +1 wood per elder you already have. That could work depending on how many elders we do. Okay, so we get to go and do 3 things right now. But whatever we take, we won't be able to take for the next one. So I think, let's see what we should work towards. We don't have any gold right now. Where was the one where after you issue a share, +1 gold per share of your color in your supply? But that takes a lot. So you know what? I think we're going to remove a forest right away. And let's actually take this one away. So that gets us 5 wood. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we've got 5 wood and 2 fishies. At any time within your reserve, 4 fish. No. This gets us 3 fish right away, which is fine, but not exactly what I'd like. You know what? I might get that goldsmith right away. Is there a lot of stuff we need gold for? Not really, actually. Gold will give us points at the end of the game, though, so that's the difference. You know what? I'm going to issue a share now. That gets us, so this gets to be flipped to this, and we get 2 gold. Now, this is the big box version of Nusfjord, and there was, I think, the place or the Salmon deck gives you gold metal coins, and in this version, they give you wooden components for the dollars, which is different. But, okay, so we have that, and then I think I will just go ahead and buy that building right away. Actually, let's take an elder to start. So, no, because then we're going to be giving away a fish each turn. I don't want to do that yet. So yeah, we're going to build a building first. We're going to get a sloop, and the sloop costs 2 wood and our 2 fish. Okay, but that means we get to start with 5 fish in the next round. So that is our first round already. So now we're down here, and we get to take the 3 blue tokens. Okay, so we have our 3 blue workers, and we'll go through the beginning of our round 2 step. So over here, we now get 5 fish to start the round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go through this list again. Elders, we don't have any. Your shares in foreign possession. So with this share, we have to give one of our fish to the ones in this area. I don't know what to call it. And then we get to put to our personal shares. So we only have 2 personal shares right now, so we still only get 2 fishies there. And the other 2 go into our reserves. So this is going to accrue, and we'll have to make sure that we get a transfer from the reserve before we hit 8 so that we're like most efficient with our fishies. So we'll take these, put them in our personal supply, and we are working with, I'll put these over here. We are working with 2 gold, 2 fish, and 3 wood. Oh, and this share that's on that one, we will put back in the supply. Okay, so I think what we'll do for our first action is we'll actually take an elder for the first time. Now, you can only take an elder if there is fish already out on a plate that you can serve to that elder. And for the first time that you get an elder, you get to do the action right away. In later rounds, you'll be able to utilize that elder by using a worker placement chip, I don't know what these are called, and putting it on them. So essentially it gives you another area that you can place your little chips on for a worker placement action. So we are going to take the Harbor Master, and we essentially used this worker placement chip to get this one, and then we take the fish that's on one of the served plates and we put it on one of the 3 spaces on the top of the card. Eventually we'll be serving fish to every elder that we have at the beginning of every round. Once it gets to 3 fish, we'll get 1 fish back, and 2 of those fishes will go back to the supply. But the more important thing is that this Harbor Master lets us exchange one of our ships. So we can exchange a sloop to a cutter or a cutter to a schooner if we had a cutter. But now for free, instead of paying 6 wood, 1 gold, we get to essentially just have that one built for the 2 wood and the 2 fish that we paid for originally for the schooner, for the sloop, for the sloop. And this cutter has now made it so that we get 6 fish at the beginning of every round. Very nice. Now what will we do? Also, I know I'm usually in costume. This is as close as we could get. I was searching for a little boat hat from like my 90s, and I guess I got rid of them. So who knew they were going to be cool again? Because I'm so cool. All right. So what else do we want to do? I think we got to get some buildings, or these are going to have a lot of negatives. After you build a building, put 1 wood into your reserve. I think we'll get that building for 2 fish. So we'll put this over here. We'll spend our 2 fish and we'll get this building. And really right now, I don't think there's any cards that do anything about where we place our buildings. So we'll just place this building right there. And now every time we do build a building in the future, we get 1 wood into our reserve, and we also have 2 points. So also in the solo game, all of these spots only have 1 here. In the multiplayer game, they will have variable numbers so that more than 1 worker can go there. What else shall we do? Should we transfer to the reserve right now? Or we could buy back a share. But the difference is in rounds 4 to 5, we get to buy all the shares for -1 gold. And then, do I want to do it now? Because I kind of want more fish right away. And I'd rather have less go in there. Was there another? This is what I wanted. I completely forgot. When you're shooting this on camera, you kind of have a fish brain. We're playing a fish game. But I'm not saying that I play extra well off camera, but I definitely forget things and I'm not as efficient. So I would like that. After you issue a share, +1 gold per share of your color in your supply. So actually it is beneficial if we buy a share right now. So, to buy a share, it's 1 gold per share. At rounds 4 and 5, it gets cheaper, but I think it's better for us to get this one right now so that we'll give ourselves 3 fish at the beginning of next round. So, that is already round 2 done. So now we're on to round 3, and it says red. So now we actually get to take the red workers back. But we can't go where the blue workers are unless we want to use the 1 tile for a copy in action in like emergency. But let's get to the beginning of this. So we get 6 fish and 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5, 6. If only fishing was that easy. I have fished before. It is not that easy. Let's go through this. So elders. So we do have an elder now, so we do have to pay a fish to our elders. I guess fish respectedness. Your shares in foreign possession, we don't have any out there, so we save that fish. We get shares, fishes into our personal shares. So we get 1, 2, 3, and these 2 go into our reserve. Okay, so these 2 come back. Wait, I did not pay for that. Sorry. I'm sure I'll put a little caption in there for post Natalie to remember. But what shall we do now? So we have 3 fish, 3 wood, and 1 gold. I kind of want that because it'll give us gold, and gold are points at the end of the game. And I also want this. So, and up to 12 wood I can have. Okay, let's remove another forest, and we'll actually remove this double forest to get 5 wood. So we'll be at 8 wood total. And this might not all fit on the same little circle supply thing. But now that we've done that, I think I am going to go ahead and buy this. So there's another space. There's 2 build-a-buildings with 1 worker allowed on that space. Or wait. Ooh, I could serve some fish, get gold. No. I want that now. No. So many times I want to do so many things, and it boggles my mind. So let's go. No, wait. Isn't there something about a reserve? Whenever your reserve is empty, add 1 fish, 1 wood, and 1 gold to your reserve. Maybe I'll do that now instead. And then I can get a cutter and turn it into a schooner over here. Oh, I'm getting distracted by so many buildings. Yeah, and it's worth 2 points. Let's get that one instead. So it's 1, 2. So we get that and that. And we'll get this one. And we'll put it over here. So we have the Lord's Estate. Whenever your reserve is empty, add 1 fish, 1 wood, and 1 gold to your reserve. This is not... I don't know where this is located. Is it Norwegian? For some reason, I think it is. No one cares, Natalie. So... With that, I think might as well transfer from reserve and put these. We are going to be so rich of fish. We put 5 fish over there, and because we have this one... Oh, after you build a building, 1 wood into your reserve. Oh, so this one comes over here. This one would have been here, and we place it over here. Okay. And then this one says, whenever your reserve is empty, add 1 fish, 1 wood, and 1 gold into your reserve. Very nice. We got a money-making machine going on. So that is our 3 workers already. And I want to double check. We have not maxed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the max is 12 wood over there. But... now we're going to phase 4, which I'll cover that in a second. That means we get to take back our blue workers, but we also start to place new buildings. So we place 4 C buildings in the display. So how I will do this is I think I'll move this up. I'll move this over. Let's move these B buildings over. And then we'll flip some C's over here. So C, C... C's usually cost more, but also do a lot more for endgame scoring. So let's see what we have. We have the Princely House, which gives us 6 points. Before you take an elder, plus 2 gold. 'Tis expensive, but 'tis nice. Banking House, for 4, 5, 6, or 7 VP, if you have at least 0, 3, 7, 12 gold in your supply, I guess you get that. Okay, so this little star marker up here, the victory points is dependent on your gold supply at the end of the game. And similar with these 2 here, You get 4, 6, 8 VP if you have exactly 1, 2, or 3 contiguous empty building spaces. I think that's empty building spaces that are together, like not like if you had one empty space here, one empty space here, one empty space here kind of thing. I think they'd have to be orthogonally adjacent and grouped together. And then this one says, because negative spaces are, I mean, empty spaces are negatives, but this would kind of divert that if we make sure to keep certain spaces empty. We'll see. 2 victory points per forest, up to the amount of wood in your supply. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So those are our C buildings, and we are halfway through the game already. It feels like it's been 10 minutes, which is nice because usually mine are longer. Okay, so we are going to start with our fishing amount. So we have 6 fish that we get to give ourselves. Actually, this game is going fast, and I need to get 30 points, so that is tough. But elders. So this little buddy, who is so happy to be here, gets his 3rd fish, which means we take all of the fish off, and we put 1 fish in our supply from the elder. Now, we get to put our fish into this area. We don't have any unissued shares that were sent out to people. We have 3 shares that were sent to ourselves, because we believe in ourselves. And then 2 fishies go into our reserve. Now, these fishies come over here, and we got a lot of fish and wood to deal with, so let's do that. I think after you issue a share, I need that before that, so I need a gold, and how am I going to get gold? Let's serve some fish. All right, I think this will work fabulously. Let's do that. Yep, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to serve fish. We're going to get that building, and then we're going to get one of these elders. I think we'll get Crocodile Dundee. Oh, shoot, serve fish. 1 gold and 1 wood, each per served plate. I should do that first. But I have no fish to get this man. Maybe we'll do that later. Okay. Distraction. Serve fish. So the way that you serve fish, and I don't think we're going to do it with all of our fish, but I want to leave at least 2 behind. And each plate has a number on it. So for the first plate, we only need to pay 1 fish, and that plate is complete. On the second plate, if we want to fill that, we have to pay 2 fish. But for every plate, we're only going to leave 1 fish there at the end of serving fish. But for every plate that we fulfill, we get 1 gold. So I think we're going to do at least 1 more. So that's 3. And you know what? Let's go crazy. I'll put another 3 fish here, because both of these plates are 3. So we've served a total of 4 plates. So we get to take $4 from the supply. I'm going to just put these over here so that it isn't all crammed on this little circle disc. So we have 4 dishes that we served, and we make sure that we leave 1 fishy per dish. Okay, so now I'm going to, I want to build that. And I want to get those shares away. But yeah, I think we need to do this first, or else I'm going to get lost in things. So we pay 4 wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 fishies. Okay. 2 fishies. And 1 of our gold for that card. And we get to get a goldsmith. And after you issue a share, you get 1 gold per share of your color in your supply. So I think for right now, Should I do that? I get 2 gold for it right now. Plus I get more gold. But I'd also like to build a... whatever. We can get a schooner. So, like I said, we have this elder. In order for us to do that, I believe we just use the worker placement spot. Let me double check. All right, I had to check that for a second. So, whoa, fishy went flying. Whenever we use an elder, there always has to be fish served on a plate already, even if we take it from here or we use it as a worker placement spot. So we will use this, but we have to take a fish from these served plates. So there we go. So I don't cover up the words or the man himself. So exchange 1 ship. So we will do the cutter to a schooner. So this one will go away. And we get this very expensive ship that is worth 4 points. Oh, shoot. We still only get 6. But that's okay. We'll work up to better things. Anyways, that is round 4. I don't know if we're doing too well, but we shall see. So round 4, we move up to round 5. We get to take our red workers back. And we get 6 fish again. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our elder gets a fish. Our shares in foreign possession, nope. Our shares that we personally have, we have 3. And these 2 go to the supply. So let's put these over here. And is there any way that we get to transfer stuff without having to do things? I don't know. Okay, immediately 1 gold per forested double space. Is that this? Yeah, I think so. Immediately 6 wood into your reserve. That could be good. I don't mind that. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to issue a share. So we get 1 of these over here, and we get 2 gold for it. There's also no limit to the amount of gold you can have, but this is now flipped. And because we issued a share, we get to use our goldsmith, which after you issue a share, you get 1 gold per share of your color in your supply. So we have 3. So let's just exchange this 5 coin for the 2 coins there, and we now have 8 coins in total. Very nice, very nice. We might end up investing in that because it's possible, and it helps detract the negative points for that. But, oh, this one's good too. Will I have 6? Yeah, I'll have 6, and I could take another cutter and use that building again. Before you take an elder plus 2 gold, you need $5? That's $5 for 6 points. So the difference is 1 point. But depending on how many times you use this, do I think I'm going to use it enough to justify it for 2 more rounds? I don't know about that. I don't think that's worth it. After you transfer, that wouldn't work with the other one we want to use. Before you take an elder, plus 1 wood per elder you already have. That isn't bad, but we do not have the fish. I mean, this gives us, no, but I think this one's our best bet for a building. So let's do that, which is 2 fish, $1, and we get this, and we get 6 wood into our reserve. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This goes in here. Things are going crazy. So that would be 7 in there and 5 in our reserve. So that's 12 exactly, right? So I think we're going to transfer for that. Let's do it. So we're going to transfer everything. Okay. Transfer this, transfer that, transfer all these fishies. Oh my God, it is overwhelming. So whenever your reserve is empty, add 1 fish, 1 wood, and 1 gold. Okay, and we have 6 fish, 8 money, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we have 12 wood. So that is the end of round 5. I don't know how this is going to go. So round 6, we'll be taking our blue workers back, but we're also putting out 3 more buildings again. So let's maybe do this little shuffle and put this here. Whoop. Okay, let's put this here, and we get 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. All right. 7 victory points if your hall size is 11. We're not getting that. Building control, question mark. Number of buildings, including this one. 1 VP per building. So it costs that much for the number of buildings. So that's 4. So we need 4 fish. Oh, including this one. So that's 5 fish plus $5. And then you get 5 points. Well, I'm giving away what I have. No thanks. And then this one is 1 victory point per wood in your supply up to the number of forests you have. No. So, no. So let's get 6 fishies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 goes to our elder. And then we do have a share in foreign possession, so that goes there. Yeah, we didn't do this, did we? I'll just edit out what I did before so you don't even know that I accidentally skipped the fishing phase. So we are giving ourselves 3 fishies, and then 1 goes to our reserve. There we go. That makes a lot of sense. This one, we get 1 fishy back, and these 2 fishies go to the ocean, is where we'll say they went. Oh, and this one goes to the ocean. Oh, there's one that's a little chopped up. Do you see that? Anyways, let's go back to what we're doing. So we are going to, with so many fishies, that brings more options. Nope. We are still going to take an elder and get Crocodile Dundee over here. We're going to serve a fish, and we're going to still get a sloop. So that is 2 fishies and 2 wood. So we'll get a sloop. We'll put this over here. Then we're going to take this action and serve that elder a fishy and exchange the sloop to a cutter. So we get this automatically. And next round we'll have 8. And this is already 6 points. Should I just go ahead and get another one of these? Or, what is our stuff over here? Immediately 6 wood into your reserve. We did that after you issue a share. So this we need to do, and we can get a lot of money for it. I think we do want this. We could also remember to do this, and we get 1 gold and 1 wood per each plate served. So essentially, if we serve, we'd get 2 gold per plate, and we save all our fishies. That's a whole bunch of points at the end game. That might be what we do, one of the last things we do at the end of the game. Okay. Will this get me enough points? Yeah, it gets me 6 points if I just don't build any more buildings after that. Okay, we're going to do this one. We're going to spend 3 wood and take the playground into our little village. And that will hopefully be good for us at the end of the game. Oh, and that was the blue round. Sorry. I left that open so I'd remember to put the 3 cards out. And now we are in our last round. So we take our 3 red workers back. And we get 8 fish. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got the chopped up fishy. Ceviche. That was horrible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... and 1 fishy, 8. Okay, so again, we go to elders. So 2 elders are served. Here, Crocodile Dundee, you can have the ceviche fishy. Your shares in foreign possession, we have 1. Our shares in our supply, we have 3. And these 2 go to the reserve. So let's see how many fishies we actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11. Okay. So, this bumps me up 2. Ooh, we wanted this one, right? This fishy goes away. Yep, so I think with our last fishy up there, and we're going to copy an action because there's only 1 person allowed on this spot, and we're going to take the sailor elder and use him right away with the fishy on the plate, and we're going to serve fish. So let's see, do I need anything else here? I don't think so, and we might just use... Oh no! I can't exchange it. Whatever. We have enough wood to just build our own ship after. So we have 1 plate. We have 2 plates. We have 3 plates. Is there any other reason that I would like to have fishies? I don't think so. Yep, I'm not even going to look at things because it's going to distract me. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do 1 more plate. Okay. So now... Oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. For a second I was like, I did this and I didn't get the building, but it's our sailor friend. So... we served 4 plates, so instead of just the 1 gold that we get per serving plate, we get 2 and we get a wood. So let's do the wood first because that's easiest. So that's 4 wood that we get over here. And we're going to have to spend as much as possible to maybe get a cutter. Yeah, because otherwise all this wood is useless. It's not worth points at the end of the game. And we get 2, 4, 6, 8. So we get 5 and another 3. Actually, let's exchange 5 loonies for a $5. So loonies are $1 in Canadian currency. The more you know. And we can clean up these plates. So let's do this. Oh, fishy attack. And there we go. So we've got 2 more workers to work with here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So we won't have enough to just do that if we wanted to. And we can't copy that. So that is le poop. I am going to build another one because otherwise what's the point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wood. And $1 for this cutter. We wouldn't make it up to 11 anyways. I think that was the other one we were looking at. Yeah, 7 victory points. If your haul size is 11, we weren't going to get there. And then maybe just so that I don't have negative points for this, I will issue the share and get 2 gold for it. Plus, we have our thingy here where it says after you issue a share, plus 1 gold per share of your color in your supply. So we get another 3, which is really just a 5 again. So let's take another 5 and put these 2 back. And that is the end of the game. So let's see how many points we have. I don't have anything to write with here. Let's randomly take this piece of paper. Okay, so to do our points, where is the scoring? All right, I'm just gonna wing it. So for our points, let's first go over our shares. So we have 3 points for shares. So plus 3. And no negatives because we at least have those over here. But I don't think we get to claim the victory points because we didn't take it back ourselves. You don't get points for elders. You do get points for your buildings, so that is 2, 4, 6, and we have 2 empty spots in a contiguous area, so that means we get 6 points. So 6 plus 6 is 12 for buildings. Buildings for 12. I don't think there was a score pad in there, so that's why I'm just doing this so that I don't mathematically poo-poo on myself. So ships, there should be a drinking game where every time I talk about poop, you have to drink because it happens quite often. So ships are 8 points. And we have empty forests, empty spots is negative 2 points. And then we have our money. So we have money at 20 points because each dollar is a point. I think we did it. Did we do it? All right, so let's just take that out. So we've got 18, 20, 21 plus 20. We have 41 points. We blew the solo mode out of the frickin' water. Much like a salmon during like the salmon race time, the salmon jump or something during parts of the season, right? So that was Nusfjord. Like I said, this was one of the games that I had in my top 5 games that I regretted getting rid of. And I think, again, like I said, this might be one of those examples to show what I meant by the reason that I did get rid of it, but why I like it now, after having been a gamer that's kind of changed my tastes over the years. So we got 41 points. The salmon deck typically ends up giving you higher scoring in general out of all of the decks that there are. I think there's like the different starter decks. There's a new deck from the big box expansion that adds little meeples, which is kind of the more innovative deck that they have for Nusfjord. But I'd say I enjoy this very much now, and it's more about like the puzzle of things, and it is a game that it can be played pretty quickly, that I kind of just re-rack and end up wanting to go over and over again. It's definitely more of the journey and just the way that you play the game. I don't have the words to talk about it. But when you're someone where you end with just caring about the end game and wanting more competition, then this isn't necessarily the game, I think, for you. I learned that the hard way, that I was constantly reaching 30, 40 points, and I felt like this, what the hell is going on? But I definitely enjoy this game. I'm just rambling now, and this is the end of Nusfjord. Thank you for showing up, I guess, and watching me play this game. Who knows if anything is entertaining? It's entertaining to me. So with that, goodbye!